Tonight, the most prestigious motoring award given this Thursday, Top Gear's Car of the Year. Vicki learns to drive at last, and a chilling glance into the future of motoring.
Last year, the Top Gear presenters voted this car, the Ford Puma, as our Car of the Year. We liked the price, we liked the styling, we liked the power and the handling. But now, 12 months down the line, it's time for the Puma to hand over its laurels. As usual, we've tested all the new cars this year, and we've brought some of the better ones along here today so that we can pick our Car of the Year 1998. What we're looking for is something that's pretty enough for Vicki, German enough for Quentin, fast and sprightly enough for the failed racing driver Tiffany Dell, and tall enough for me. Eek. It ain't gonna be easy.
That's right, but it will be easy for Tiff because he just rings up Porsche, asks what new model they brought out, and hey presto, that's his choice.
And that, Victoria, is because I am the only one that truly appreciates the value of fine handling, performance, machinery. And this new sure-footed Carrera 4 is probably the safest car on the roads today. And it's a top totty puller.
Tiff, you are 47 years old. Act your age. With all this choice, we're unlikely to choose something as impossibly impractical as the 911. It has an engine where the shopping should be. I can tell you for nothing, the Porsche is not going to win.
And nor, Ray Wilkins, is it going to be the Mercedes A-Class. It's cute and it's clever, but you're paying an awful lot of money just for a badge.
The Vauxhall Astra isn't going to win either because it's too dull and because it bears a disturbing visual resemblance to the hateful Vectra. The sporty 2-litre Astra is very good, but it doesn't do enough to lift the whole range. We had high hopes for the Peugeot 206, which looks fantastic, but you can't help comparing it to the old 205, and if you do that, you can't help concluding that the old warhorse is better.
So it's nil point for this trio. Oof, I don't believe it. I think we've agreed on something. OK, let's take this one step further. Tiff, I seem to remember you were quite fond of a couple of 4x4s.
Two of Britain's favourites have been reborn this year. Both look just like their predecessors, yet both have been greatly improved under the skin. The Frontera now handles better and has a 3.2-litre V6 to give it some decent grunt. But if our Car of the Year is going to be a 4x4, the vote must go to the new Discovery, which now handles like a dream thanks to its anti-roll suspension and even has a new diesel that you can actually overtake with.
Tiff, you do not know what you're talking about. How can we possibly vote for either of these two as the Car of the Year when their new models look exactly like the old ones? We want something radical, something cutting edge. And more worryingly, Tiff, how can you possibly stand there and tell us that the Frontera is any good? The old one was a perambulating disaster.
Credit where credit's due. It's greatly improved. They've got rid of that recirculating ball steering. It's got ass and pinion. It's good. It handles.
Your cataracts are playing up.
No. You haven't driven it.
No, you need an injection.
It's got 3.2 V6.
Don't know what
it's got power.
Children, forget about 4x4s. How about something a little sporting? The BMW 3 Series or the Ford Cougar? The BMW is a fine car, and I love the way it handles, but it looks too much like the old one, and it's way too expensive. Nearly £20,000 for the entry-level 318. Too rich for me. The Cougar's good too, but somehow it just falls short of being really entertaining. As fast Fords go, it's certainly not the best I've driven.
Now, at this point, you're probably expecting me to wade into the fray and suggest that the winner should be some hugely expensive piece of exotica, something like this £60,000 supercharged Jaguar XKR. Well, I'm not going to. We all agree the Jaguar is superb, a little soft perhaps, but a Grand Tourer in the finest tradition nevertheless. However, it costs £60,000, and what I'm looking for here is a car that's fast and good-looking and comfortable, that doesn't cost more than a house. There is method in my madness here. You see, because I won't nominate this on the grounds of expense, it means Quentin can't nominate an infernal S-Class Mercedes-Benz.
He knows he has just pulled the carpet from beneath my feet. He knows that I was about to tell you that the new Mercedes S-Class should indeed be our Top Gear car of the year. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, it is, quite simply, the best car in the world, because this is an awesome machine.
But Quentin, it's a barge.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
I think you'll find it is.
I think you'll find it's not.
Quentin, it's a great big wallowy saloon car.
Look, racing driver of very little brain, you haven't driven it.
It'll
I have.
handle like a jelly on ice.
Tiff, I assure you, this car handles.
Keys. Oh, keys.
Tiff, what do you think of it?
I was expecting a big Lamont, but instead...
They have completely rewritten the luxury car rulebook with this car.
Very nice. Very nice.
They're wasting their time. It's too expensive.
Now, here we have a 5-litre Leviathan that handles like a go-kart.
I think it's rather jolly, actually.
So it should be car of the year.
Darling, it's a bit too expensive.
It's only 80,000.
Yeah, peanuts to you, but...
Jeremy won't let us have it. It's too much money.
Look, boys, it's time you stopped pouncing around in your big cars and realised that the car of the year has got to be value for money, fun and flirty. Like this Mazda MX-5. Watch this, chaps. It is a wonderful bundle of joy that is immensely rewarding to drive in town or across country. The rear-wheel drive chassis is so easy to control and a hoot for a dash of hooliganism. At under £17,000, this 1.8i is a bargain. The 3-year warranty and excellent resale value make it a strong contender, but it just lacks all-round practicality.
Whose idea was it to put a woman on the programme? That is a girl's car.
It is good, though.
Well, I know.
Yeah, nice.
You're using that new exfoliating scrub.
Oh, it's wonderful for the pores.
It is.
Really brilliant.
You use it.
Bit of gel as well, bit of gel.
Gel in the hair.
And that's a nice niche you've got in your woolly, Jeremy.
Well,
That's lovely.
And who
I
actually
think
does
it
your
goes
hair
quite
these
well.
days?
That chap in Nottingham uses this marvellous new conditioner. Have you encountered
Yes,
that?
it's good for the perm.
It is.
Yes,
Well, you know,
it gives it
it's
body and
shine.
shine. Yes. I think it looks lovely, I really do.
Well, that's very kind, really. Honestly, it's very kind. Here's something sensible. It's the new Honda Accord, which is spectacularly quiet. Listen. And it's not much noisier than that when you turn it on. But, unfortunately, the new model isn't quite so good looking as the old one, and for that, it's out. Then we've got the Volvo S80, which has a number of commendable features. However, Quentin couldn't find any of them when he tested it earlier in the year, so this is out as well.
So, by process of elimination, that leaves these three. The Alfa Romeo 156, the Ford Focus, and the Volkswagen Golf. One of these is going to be our car of the year, but which one? It's so exciting.
The Volkswagen Golf is good. Very, very good. It's classless, quick, entertaining, well-built, and feels special. It's hugely fashionable and hugely able. In fact, it's a car that does almost everything very well indeed.
As you can see, the Alfa Romeo 156 is a perfectly sensible, well-priced four-door saloon car. And yet it's so much more than that. If you fit the twin-spark 2-litre engine, it's an absolute cracker. It is an electric ballet shoe.
The Focus has, of course, just been voted European Car of the Year. Not that we usually agree with what they say, but it does feature great attention to detail, fine handling thanks partly to independent rear suspension, attractive styling and a strong range of free-revving, torquey motors. So it has to be a strong contender.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got it.
Can we realistically vote for a Ford for a second year running?
But it's good.
But this is so significantly different to anything else in the class that I like it.
I like it because it's good value for money. It's just a step past £30,000.
And I love all the design detailing. I mean, it's fun, it's flamboyant, it's feisty. Tiff, your verdict on the handling?
Well, first of all, it handles perfectly. It goes just where you want it to. You see, you can go around that way and then
I need a lavatory. I need a lavatory now.
I'm going to have to kill him, Quentin. I'm sorry. He's outlived his usefulness.
But the Focus, ladies and gentlemen, is the Top Gear top car of the year.
Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
But if you can't afford to give your loved one a whole car, you might be able to give them a go-in one. £100 to £200 buys a day at one of the many circuits around the country.
Okay, morning everybody. Welcome to the Ian Taylor Motor Racing School here at Thruxton. My name's Andrew Franklin. I'm the...
All racing schools will give you an introductory briefing covering safety and the racing line before you hit the track.
So women are better drivers then, yeah?
Yeah, they tend to listen a lot more than the guys do.
Is that because they think they know it all?
Yeah, I think because they're more enthusiastic drivers normally.
I was warming to Pat, building a good relationship. I trusted him.
I was looking for some bits and pieces in our filing cabinet and I came across your CV when you were 17.
No, that's so embarrassing.
Revenge was sweet as I took the wheel of the Rover MGF, with Pat helpless alongside. I did my best to unsettle him, but he'd seen it all before.
Over to the left. So you follow the edge of the track down, no need to brake, go on off the brakes, you're fine. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
I have to say, it's a jolly good fun.
It is, it's beats working, isn't it?
I am working.
You know, so am I. But it's not like a proper job, is it?
So how did I do?
Do you really want to know?
Of course.
The painful truth?
Yep.
You've done extremely well, and I feel confident in the fact that we can let you out in one of our single-seaters.
Most schools offer you laps in a Formula Ford, a single-seater in which many F1 drivers started their careers. Don't expect all the revs, though. You will be limited to about 90 miles an hour. But at Thruxton, there is an alternative. This Formula Renault, complete with wings and slick tyres when it's dry.
Well, this is certainly a lot more different to the MGF, that's for sure. You might think, oh yeah, 1.7 litre, 130 brake horsepower doesn't really feel much. Believe me, take it out in the rain and it's much more than enough. Caught me by surprise.
These days offer a taste of racing, but if you're really serious, then the Jim Russell School offers a 5-day intensive course and is currently based at Donington in Derbyshire.
If any of you expect to call yourself racing driver on Sunday night, now would probably be as good a time as any to pack your bags and cut your losses and go home, because racing driver you will not be. Why is that? Experience. It's all about experience. It's all about seat time.
That seat time will cost anywhere up to £2,850, but it guarantees you 120 laps. Don't expect to be pampered for that price, though. Instructors are at every corner assessing your every move.
Into fourth. Ahead of us is Hollywood. You want to be about a car's width away from the edge of the circuit there.
Okay.
Which will then take you right on to the Craner curves. And turn at the green cone. Now you've turned just slightly too late. Now then, you actually placed a little more lock on the car as we arrived at the clipping point.
Yeah.
Which really we don't want to do, because all that happens then is you load the back of the car up. And turn again up into Coppice. That is a perfect line.
I thank you.
The course has a very good balance between track, time and theory. And especially because they let us to go in the track first and see what we are doing wrong, and whether when we go back to the class we really get the thing right, you know.
It certainly gives you the background as to why you do things, and
Makes you appreciate other drivers, makes you appreciate your car and your limitations, most importantly.
My limitations would soon be discovered in this Vauxhall Junior. Could I put the instructor's theory into practice on this demanding track?
Come out of the chicane, up into fourth, down into second. I'm not condoning changing gear in corners, but once you can guarantee the clipping point, snick third. Then get on the brakes, down into third.
Oh my goodness, that is so slippery.
Through McLean's in third, stay in third.
I don't think I've had to work so hard for Top Gear item for a long time.
But all the instruction paid off, which was just as well, because it was back to the classroom for the last briefing before the culmination of the Jim Russell course, a 10-lap race.
You know, you're pulling over 130 miles an hour. Your guts are churning themselves into fine paste. You're sitting there thinking, what am I doing here? Please, God, get me out of here. And your left leg is giving it all this, and you can't stop it. Involuntary, yeah? But overcome that you must.
John's right. I remember that first time on the grid feeling only too well. For many of these students, it's the chance to follow in the footsteps of previous graduates such as Villeneuve, Fittipaldi and Nidell. But before you make it onto the grid, do your homework. Beginners' courses at big-name circuits allow you to go where greats have gone before, though smaller schools may offer more track time. As for what you drive, there's everything from an E-Type Jag to this, the latest in Ferrari hardware.
The new year is almost upon us, and so indeed is the new millennium. It's right, therefore, that our thoughts are to the future. What will the world be like in 10, 15, 20, 25 years? Will there be roads? Will there be cars? Will there even be petrol to put in them? Who knows? Well, we know, because Top Gear has seen the future. And I'm here to tell you, we're a bit worried. By the year 2005, the government had taxed the price of petrol to a stratospheric €200 a gallon. But it didn't stop enthusiasts who sold their houses and lived rough in their cars instead. Petrol was banned and cars were forced to run on gas. Not only did they keep exploding in the street, their new emissions mucked up the geo-environmental sphere, causing volcanic eruptions in Solihull. The Midlands disappeared. But it wasn't all good news. In 2010, there was a national speed limit of a glacial 5 miles an hour.
Morning.
And if you dared to exceed it, armed road police with hidden sensors in the shrubbery were omnipresent. 10 miles an hour was an instant confiscation. 15 miles an hour, a €10,000 fine, and 20 miles an hour meant certain deportation to the Bournemouth penal colony. Petrol was only available on shadowy street corners, but you risked everything.
Have you got any petrol?
I have.
I need petrol. I haven't had a drive for 2 months.
Top quality gear, this. You got the cash?
No, mate, I haven't got it. I'll be good for it. You know I'll be good.
No deals. Cash or nothing.
Watch, I've got my watch. Have me watch.
What do you think this is, Antiques Roadshow?
I can get it. 2 hours. I'll be back in 2 hours with the cash here. Don't go. Please, don't. I need that petrol.
The government also tried to crack down on the base and sordid practice of car enthusiasts travelling to Thailand to openly abuse an assortment of muscle cars. And Top Gear, forced to go underground, found its stories where it could.
You were right, Quentin. It is a car. I know. But which one?
Look, it's big.
It's huge. It is a huge one. Go, pull it up. What is it? It's an Aston. Oh, it's an Aston Martin. Is it a Vantage?
It is. Look, it's got a
Okay, listen, everyone. Listen, this is the last of the V8s, okay? This is what people used to drive. Seriously, what was it, Quentin? What did he pay?
You used to pay about 100 quid, I think, to use the road.
I'm driving. Don't spill any. Don't spill it.
Yeah, nearly. A bit more.
You know, I can remember driving one of these things from Lincolnshire to Uttoxeter. I had Elgar on before he was banned, you know, and it was just brilliant. How fast is this thing, sir?
0 to 60 under 5 seconds. It's just a buzz. I need a fix.
I'm getting it. How many horsepower was it?
A massive 600.
600. You all right back there, by the way?
I've lost all sensation, by the way, but it doesn't matter. It's worth it. It's wonderful. How long will I find?
You have been found to be in contravention of Euro Traffic Directive 645, which means the immediate termination of the vehicle and all of its contents. Sergeant, dispense the law.
But the future was just pretend. Mercifully, we're in the present, where we still have monsters like this. The Dodge Viper GTS, V10, 8-litre, 175 miles an hour and 8 miles to every gallon.
Lamborghini Diablo V12 four-wheel drive, 202 miles per hour, 6 miles per gallon.
The 7-litre V12 Lister Storm, 7 miles to the gallon.
And of course the Ferrari 355, you know, 47 cows were skinned so this interior would look nice. Have a great Christmas.